Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Step Campus. So this is lecture 3 of learning Selenium from scratch. In the previous video, we have seen about the Selenium advantages and Selenium disadvantages. In this video, we are going to see versions of Selenium. Okay, so let's get started guys. So the first version, that is called Selenium 1. Okay. Selenium 1, or also known as Selenium RC. So it is released on 2004. Okay, the first version of Selenium came to market in 2004. Okay, now the key features. So key features are, it is based on client, or we can say server based. It is based on server side architecture. Server side architecture. What is server side architecture? It means like it required a separate Selenium server to talk to the browsers. Okay, it requires a different server. Okay, so whatever languages you are preferring, you have to write the code and then you have to send it to that server, and from that server it will interact with the browser and gives you the result. So this is the whole process of this one when it came in the market. Okay, now also you can say it allowed JavaScript injection. It based on the JavaScript, okay, the first version. So these are the key features. So because it is designed for web automation, so it is doing the web automation, but because of this server side architecture, so it is taking some time. So this but it's the initial, so that's fine. Now we will see the limitations now. Let me hold it so that you can able to grab this, grab the point. Okay. Now all limitations. So what are the limitations? So limitation, the first limitation like depends on JavaScript because it's required JavaScript injection, so depends on JS. First limitation. Now limited browser capability, limited browser compatibility, okay, and slower execution, slower execution. Because it depends on the server side architecture. So first we have to write the code, then the code converted into like it will convert it into the machine language, then it will go to that server, and then from that server it will talk to the browser. So the process is very big. Okay, so that's why the execution time is very slow. Okay, so with these limitations, we can't move it further, right? So they decided to come to the second version. So they come with the second version of Selenium. We mark it as well. Now it came with a different version, that is Selenium 2. Selenium 2 is also known as Selenium Webdriver. Webdriver, that is still we are using this. But we can say advancement. So I will tell you later. Now when it is released, released on. So this version of Selenium released on 2008. Okay, because we have some limitation in Selenium version 1, that's why it comes some advancement. Now key features. Key features is they introduce Selenium team, you can say they introduce WebDriver, okay, that directly interact with browsers. Means in this one we don't require any server. Okay, in this one, in this we can say version of Selenium, we don't require any server side. Okay, separate server side, because it is making the execution slower. So they introduce with some different we can say component, that is Webdriver, which directly interact with the browsers. Okay, so these are the key features. Okay. Now we will see what happened then. So performance inside the key features only, performance increased. Okay. Then execution became fast. So execution, it helps in performance. Okay, and it helps in execution. Okay, so these are the key features. Now also they did one thing. So we have this Selenium RC, right, before. So they deprecated it. Okay? Deprecated it. What do you mean by deprecated? So deprecated means like we are not going to use. If you see any version and if you want to try with any function that is deprecated, okay, I will tell you. I will tell you there is some implicit wait command there. Okay? So before we are using some differently, now we are using some duration of dot second. So that is some different concept that will learn. I will teach you once we start the main course where we are going to see the code. But yeah, you have to know about this deprecated. This will come in your code. Okay, so deprecated, like it will show you the error, like not just like error, it will tell you like this is not supported by the Selenium version. Okay, so other you can decrease your Selenium version, or if you are using the latest one, then you don't need to use this one, you have to go with some different approach. Okay, so now because the Selenium RC, the first version is very slow, so it deprecates the Selenium RC. Okay, so completely remove not, okay, first deprecated. So once you use it, so you will get a warning like no need to use this one. Okay, instead of this you have to use some different one. Okay, so like this way they have displaying the message. Now third one. So third one is released in 2016. Okay? Released in 2016. See, now it's a Webdriver only. Okay, it's a Webdriver only, but it will come with some released in. So it will come with some better features. Okay? So we will see what the features are. Okay. See, so that one Webdriver is there, right? So in this Selenium 3, yeah, we have forgot to give that name. That is fine, but this name is Selenium Key. Selenium Key. Yeah. So released in 2004, sorry, 2016. And what about the key features? Okay, so let's see the key features. So key features are introduce W3C Webdriver. W3C Webdriver. See, what is W3C now? So Webdriver is there already in Selenium 2, but as I told you, so we are using the Webdriver, but with some advancement, or some new features. So what is W3C? So W3C means like Worldwide Consortium. So for this one, I will teach you in the next lecture, where I will going to give you overview of Selenium. That is, we can say architecture of Selenium when we discuss now. So in this video, I will tell you about this W3C. As of now, you just learn like they come up with W3C WebDriver. Okay, protocol. Okay, so now we are using W3C protocol. Okay, so it is a standardized. We can say standardized standardized protocol web browser. So W3C is a standardized protocol of web browser. So now if any website is going to develop, so they will have to follow this W3C standard. So because the website is following this W3C standard, so the Selenium which is testing the browser, it also should have these components. Okay, so that the features will be enhanced, right? So they have introduced W3C WebDriver. We will mark it as general line so that it will help you to grab this text. Okay, so W3C WebDriver now they replaced. Okay, instead of this one, Selenium Grid. So there are so many components in Selenium. So as of now we are not knowing, but yeah, we will see that one also. So there is one component that is Selenium Grid. In previous version also they have. Okay, but in this what they did now, so they launched Grid 3. Okay, Grid 3. So what Selenium Grid 3 is doing? So it enhanced. So main focus of this one Selenium Grid is to execute the parallel testing. Okay, so Selenium 3, what in the Selenium 3 they introduced Selenium Grid 3, that is that enhance the parallel testing, parallel test execution. Okay, it enhance the parallel test execution. Parallel test execution means like we are running parallel like multiple scenarios, right? Parallelly. Okay? And one more term is there, cross browser testing. Okay? So cross browser means like we are using different browser to run our code. Okay? So parallel execution and cross browser both are different. Now it also support it also supports. I'm talking about the Selenium 3. Okay? Modern web browser. Modern web browser. Why modern web browser? I'm saying because now if any web browser were developed or are going to be developed, so they are using the W3C standard because our WebDriver is W3D standard, W3C standard. So it supports modern web browser also. Okay? Now what they did? So Selenium Selenium RC. So now Selenium RC removed. So before if you see, so it is deprecated, right? Which I tell you like in the previous version. So it deprecated the Selenium RC, but here it removed the Selenium RC. Okay. So now you are not able to use this Selenium RC, the Selenium version 1. Okay, completely removed. Okay, and it means like uh, when you try to write this code, so it advised. So users were advised to migrate to WebDriver. So users were advised to migrate to the WebDriver. Now it's completely removed from the Selenium 3. Okay. Now the last one, okay, that is Selenium version 4. We highlight this one as well. Okay, and Selenium. We highlight this one as well. So Selenium 4 released on released on 2016. Released in 2016. Okay, and W3C standard, W3C WebDriver standard by default. Now we don't have any option to go with that previous version. Okay, so now we have to use W3D W3C standard WebDriver only. Okay, apart from this one, like in this one, like no any major release happen, so they are just pointing like we have to use W3C standard WebDriver because all the WebDriver or all the website related things are using W3C standards only, so we have to follow this one as well as documentation. They did some better, so we can say the better documentation and support for headless browser. Headless browser. So headless browser also one concept is there in Selenium core. So what is this headless browser? I will tell you. See, so when we run the script now, so two ways of running this. So first one, like you will see the UI. When you open the browser, so it will directly click on Google Chrome and it will open the browser and you can able to see the process. But in headless browser, we are not able to see the features. Okay, we can say UI. Okay, only we can see like in the background it is running, and then if you are printing anything in the console, so we will get the as a output on the console. Okay, so that is headless browser. So without UI. Okay, so the browser will run, the script will run, browser will open, all the features we can will be happen, but not in the UI. So we can't able to see, only we can see the console. I will tell you this one also. Like when I start lecture also, so we will see one video on the headless browser as well. Okay. So this is related for the Selenium. So I think like this is clear to you guys. Okay. So till now we are using Selenium 4. In this Selenium 4 only we are getting Selenium 4.1, 4.2, like this type of version we are using. Okay. So that one I will tell you in the upcoming videos where I will download the Selenium, and then I will let you know like how to check the version of the Selenium. Okay. So yeah, that's all in this video guys. So we'll see you in the next section. Thank you. Bye bye.